just a second, and then we'll pour some bourbon.
Okay. Look at you or look at the camera?
You just talk to me. Yeah. You just look right in these eyes, buddy.
All right.
Let me check your camera. It's all zoomed out. It's kind of funny. I did that.
That's perfect.
Maybe raise your... No, that's good. I think that's a good height. I'm all zoomed in like I got... Why does it do that, dude? I don't know how to work the cameras. I don't know how to work the mixer. They shouldn't have put me in charge of anything here.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
And as soon as it's live on YouTube, I will kick the music and let it rip.
Sweet.
Just takes a second usually. If you're subscribed on YouTube, it'll tell you if we're live. That's not you. That was Derek. Come on.
Derek. I was trying to remember his name from Foam Fest.
It's his daughter's birthday tonight, so he's not going to be in.
Oh, nice.
Almost. Dude, what the flip, YouTube? Get it together. It says we're there, so I don't get what the lag is all about. It does this sometimes. It takes like a few minutes. Any day would be great. I mean, it's been over a minute. There it is. Jeez. There's a lag between us and this.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Sure enough.
So, cool. Let's send it.
This is the Okayest Hunter podcast. Never pass on shooter bucks, because that's just meat in the freezer. It's your tag. You hunt how you want. This is Okayest Hunter.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Okayest Hunter podcast. If you're new here, welcome to the Okayest Hunter podcast. We are on something called the Okayest Podcast Network, something I probably don't do a good enough job talking about. We just launched a new show on our network last Friday, I think. Elk Don't Exist with Dylan Dietz. Dietz like the bug spray, because you got to spray that bastard. He's a good dude. It's a fun podcast. If you're into comedy and quick-wittedness and sucking at elk hunting and having a lot of fun, so it's a good podcast to check out. So I recommend check that one out. It's the newest, and there's a whole lineup of them. So if you go to okayesthunter.com, you can go to our Okayest Podcast Network tab, and you can pick whatever show scratches that outdoor itch for you. There's a lot of them to pick from. And we are brought to you by Nosler. Go to nosler.com. You can save 20% on your ammo. They are trophy grade. I mean, I don't know that there is better ammo. Someone might tell me otherwise. In my experience, I've personally really enjoyed their Whitetail Country. Derek and Greg put their trophy grade stuff to use last year in Oregon, taking incredibly long shots on some blacktails. You can watch that video on our YouTube channel. And they did a tour of the Nosler plant while they were there. Everything's pretty cool. So, yeah, we're going to be talking more about Nosler next week also, because we're having a firearm company on as a guest. So bullets and guns and all that jazz should be a good topic, good time. And check out our friends at Latitude. I just saw another hunter show up on my trail cam rocking the Latitude pack. So he's pretty serious hunter, I think.
That was cool to see. I like that picture.
Yeah, dude looks legit. And Rat Cub, you can see here in the background if you're watching the podcast. And if you ever want to watch podcasts, you can watch us live on YouTube, and you can catch us after the fact on YouTube or Spotify. But Rat Cub's got their new Euro mount. So this Euro mount right here on our podcast table. It swivels, it bends up and down, it moves all around. So you can see that metal thing back there. Kind of, maybe. I don't know if I'll be able to do this one hand now, because I think last time the TV kind of screwed me. Yeah, no, I shouldn't have done that. There it is. Got it back on. So look at that, one-handed. That's how awesome the Rat Cub Euro mount is. I also have a Rat Cub behind Coltan here. We'll introduce Coltan in a minute. That's their R1. They also have an R2. So if you find antlers in the wood, you want a fun way to display it on your wall. It's an affordable way to get Euro mounts mounted, as well as antlers. So pretty great stuff. And then my everyday carry, I forget what this one's called. I'm going to get yelled at here maybe. But I have a really nice Gerber knife for my everyday carry knife. And this thing's probably inappropriately used. Like I was cutting a pizza with it in the studio. It was on a pizza cutter. I cut up in some packets of honey. It's still got some honey on here from like the farmer's market with my kids. It's got a really good weight to it. It's like,
Oh, nice.
it's a nice knife, man. It's sharp, stays
Yeah,
sharp.
that's pretty sweet.
I don't know. I just seem to really like it. And it's got a really slick form factor. So I don't really notice that it's in the pocket, but I take it with me everywhere.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a good one. So check out Gerber too. And you can use code OHP at any of our partners, and that should work for you. I'm pretty certain. Don't ask me what the discounts are going to be. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're here. We're ready to podcast.
Sweet.
Welcome to the studio, Colton.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
Are
Good to
you-
finally see it from the inside.
Yeah, well, it just changed. Like if you would have been on the show like a month or two ago, it would have been in my basement.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
now we're here instead.
Honestly, the background doesn't look that much different except for the
There's just no
wood
wooden wall,
paneling.
right? I
Yeah.
just was like, let's just put it exactly how it was
Yeah.
because I don't have time or energy to process how to do it differently right now.
yeah.
I'm trying to make big decisions. Like, should we get some like chairs and do like a couch setup and make it chill like a living room or like
yeah.
what do we do? I was just like, just put the table here and let's just send it for now.
Yeah, it looks good. I like it.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
We got a whole nother room back there. If you want to start a podcast, you're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
You want to do one? What do you want to talk about?
Shoot, I don't even know. I'll come up with something.
I'm sure you
Thursday at work, I'll have something for you.
Let's get you set up, buddy.
Yeah.
Just gotta
sounds
buy
good.
like 4 more cameras and
Yeah.
all that jazz.
Yeah, sweet. Me and
Um,
Joey will start one.
It'd be good. Well, for those that, I mean, I don't know who would know Colton from this space, but I work with Colton. He's got the gunpowder sweatshirt on.
Mm-hmm.
We work in our day job together, except we don't work like together completely. You're in a slightly different department, but it's a small
Yeah.
company. So like we are
Yeah.
working closely.
Yeah. You got to
often.
walk by my desk every day to get to yours. So
You are usually there to greet me,
Yeah.
which is nice.
yeah, someone's got to be there and make the coffee in the morning.
So, yeah, and it's you. Is it you doing it? Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why it tastes the way it tastes. All right, good to
Yeah.
know. How did you end up in Wisconsin? Let's unpack who Colton Cozza is for just a minute before we dive into like
Awesome.
all the public land stuff that we want to get into.
Yeah. So born and raised in Missouri, and getting through college, looking for an internship. I knew Justin Leisman, who worked at Gunpowder way before my time, and so ended up getting connected with him, getting signed up for my internship with Gunpowder Incorporated. Spent 2 summers up here, interning through the summer, and then working part-time while I was back at school remotely. And then when it came time to offer a job, they kind of asked me if I'd be willing to move to Wisconsin. And my father's from Minnesota, so I was kind of familiar with the North.
Like it's cold up there.
Yeah, right. And I don't know, he always said great things about it, so I was pretty open to the idea of moving north. And so I ended up taking the job and taking an in-person role and coming up to the office, which I've really enjoyed so far. I love it up here. I think it's pretty awesome.
What do you love most? Like, what are the biggest differences that contrast Missouri
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
Wisconsin?
I'd say first off, it's not, triple digits for weeks at a time in the summer, which is super nice. Like, I love to fish, but there's times in Missouri it's just like too hot. I'm good. But up here, I think that there's a lot of it's the way I describe it to my friends at home is this is like a sportsman's paradise almost like
Mhm.
almost anything you can think of there is to hunt up here, which I just think is awesome. And I love how it changes. I've got to go up north to Green Bay and see a buddy, and I've got to go northwest to where my aunt and uncle live, and a friend of mine has a cabin. It's just like I love that like northern look it has, and I just think it's a beautiful state. Love it.
Have you had a Wisconsin fish fry yet?
I don't think so. No.
Right. So Friday, we're gonna get a.
All right.
I think you did have brandy old fashioned though, didn't you? Or did you go
did.
for the Bloody Mary that one night?
No. Well, actually, my first summit here, Jen talked me into
A
a
brandy
brand new
old fashioned.
fashion. Yeah.
Was that the one in that big open field?
No, that was the one we had in the basement of Revere's.
Oh, that was a different thing. Oh yeah, that was the summit.
Yeah, we had our meetings.
Well,
there.
they're starting to blur together.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were at the one last year with we were
Yeah,
playing,
the field,
You guys
yeah.
played football. We arm wrestled. It got
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
rowdy.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprised no one
It's a
broke
good
a leg.
time.
The summits will be missed this year, but it's a good time. So that's a little bit about you, but you're kind of like an all around outdoorsman. Like you just mentioned, you've been fishing a bunch. obviously I'm like gonna just froth at the mouth to get into whitetail because that's like
Yeah.
all I care
Oh,
about
yeah,
right
you're
now.
good.
But I'd like to spend a second on your shooting stuff that you've done in the past because I don't
Yeah.
know much about that world.
Oh, gotcha.
And I
Yeah.
think that like lends a lot of credibility to like you're pretty like driven person.
Yeah.
So I'd like to just hear a little bit more about your background there.
Yeah. So, growing up, like hunting and fishing was just all I was ever worried about. And being an only child, I think that my mom was kind of worried that I wasn't like meeting enough people. So in 5th grade, she signed me up for this like local shooting club. And anyway, started shooting pretty competitively. Luckily, I had 2 parents that really supported it. Um, and as it went on, shot through high school. 8th grade year, placed, or maybe my freshman year, placed like second in the youth world championship for American Trap, which was cool. Went on from there, shot all through high school, wasn't sure about going to college, and then got a scholarship opportunity to shoot in college, which ended up being just one of the best decisions I made.
And you were able to maintain that scholarship, like you didn't party too hard, or
No, no, my mom might not believe this part either, but no, I didn't. Yeah, we were able to keep up, and um, I ended up moving in with a couple guys off the team, and we lived together and hunted together, and it was awesome. It was a great experience. Got to travel a bunch, things like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So was there like a certain gun that you used the whole time, like, or did you switch things up?
Yeah, so I started with a Browning XT, shot that for a while, until I got into high school, and then ended up with actually made here in Wisconsin is Kohler Firearms, and they just focus on competitive shotguns. So moved into one of those and shot that forever. It's actually one of their, excuse me, they've made tens of thousands of them now, and it was one of the first. It's serial number 402, so it's
Oh,
kind of
wow,
cool. It's like
that's cool.
super old, yeah. And so I always went around shoots, and kind of the older guys that have that older body style, if you will, recognized it as being older, and they'd always be like, "Oh, I bet you mine's older." And out of the probably 24 guys that said that, only one ever had one older than that.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it was pretty
Man
cool.
after my heart, they say.
Yeah, and when I got into college, my dad tried to upgrade me into a newer one, but there was just something about that old one I loved, so shot that forever. It's been well used. There's like grooves in the stock where my fingers go
you
just
kidding
from
me?
wear. Yeah,
Holy cow.
it's crazy, but yeah, it's been good to me. I've never had any problems with it. I've loved it, and it
Well, and I'm sure
carried me
you
through
put more
college.
rounds through a gun like that than most probably would.
Yeah, we definitely put a lot through our guns, and I was fortunate. You see so many competitors, and a lot of them kind of have that. A trigger group will go out, or extraction spring or something. One time I had just a normal wear and tear piece that had to be replaced, but besides that, it did great. I was very, very
That's
proud
awesome.
of it. Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
yeah.
So you've hung that up now for the like you're obviously not competing anymore. I'm assuming you still probably love to do it.
Yeah, I kind of thought about continuing after college, but moving here and just trying to get on my feet, like in a whole new job and a new area, a new apartment, all that. I, just kind of taking a break. I could see myself getting back into it.
Yeah, it's like riding a bike, maybe.
Yeah.
One would hope, at least.
Yeah, I would. But yeah, that's pretty much shooting for me. It's been a great time. Won some pretty big things. Won a college national championship with some of my best friends standing next to me, which was awesome. So
How
it's been
high
a
was
lot of
that
fun.
high? Man, that's a feat right there.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. We really, as going into that, we kind of had our ups and downs, and it was just like we all really dialed in at that shoot, and it was in San Antonio, and yeah, we all just dialed in and couldn't be more proud of them guys. We all just shot lights out. It was awesome.
That's amazing.
It was so cool. Yeah,
That's amazing. Good deal.
yeah.
Well, I mean, you mentioned like, yeah, that's a lot. If you were to continue with it in any capacity, like you just moved here, new job and new state, new digs,
Yeah,
like all of it.
mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of change all at once.
Yeah, yeah.
But you carry it well because you're like pretty like you. Every time I talk to you, like, oh, I met this other dude, and next thing you know, you're fishing on some other dude's boat, and you're going. I got access to this property. I'm like, bro, I've lived here for how long, and I've never what? Like, what's going on? So it's just kind of like your personality is really like you have a lot of charisma and work ethic, and I think the Southern hospitality or the manners that, like, if you didn't go to college, were you going to be a farm boy?
No, I actually kind of thought about moving to Illinois and working for my uncle's electrician company.
Okay.
Yeah, I just didn't know.
You still might do that. Don't tell Ryan.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I just never thought college would, I've never been the biggest fan of school. I do okay,
Same,
but
yeah.
it's just like,
Yeah, it's a
dang,
grind.
senior in high school, I was like 4 more years. Holy cow.
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
College is different though, right?
Yeah.
It's not the same
Right.
as high school. You
It
get
was
to
a
kind of
good time.
pursue your own stuff. And
Right.
look where you are now, man. It's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like growing up, it's just like a funny thing, talking to Justin Leisman every day. And, I was always like, dang, Justin, I want your job. Like, that seems so cool. I'd love to just work with hunting and fishing my whole life. And here I am with Justin's job. So full circle. Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Well, so speaking of things being new and change and so forth, like I don't know what the whitetail hunting scene is like in Missouri. I don't know how public land is laid out. Like here we have like your general, like your state parks, your county land. There's a lot of public. There's where we're at in southeastern Wisconsin. It's pretty spotty.
Yeah.
You have some bigger tracts, like the Southern Kettle Moraine unit is fairly large.
Yeah.
Once you go north and you get to the Nicolet, Shawinigan National Forest, that's huge territory. I think someone would have to tell me on the podcast because I don't have a Joe Rogan guy to look stuff up for me. I think it's like 1 million acres or something ridiculous. It's a lot. It could be more than that.
Seems to be a bunch.
Maybe it's like 600,000 acres. It's a lot. I've looked it up in the past and it's pretty vast. But then down here, you also have VPA, voluntary public access. You have MFL, managed forest law. You have a lot of different types of property. I don't know how does this stuff, the types of access and property compare to Missouri? And were you hunting public down there or were you just hunting private?
A little bit of a mix. I mean, here and there I had access to private, but never anything like super consistent. And then of course in college, that was like pretty much purely public. We hunted a ton of public, but it's a little different up here for sure. I feel like it's kind of like a lot more, but smaller chunks up here. Like when I drive around and look at Onyx, like there's just all these like, 50 acres here, 50 acres here, 50 acres here. But Missouri is also a lot more like hardwoods, I feel like. You guys have way more of that type of marsh ground. Yeah, which has just been
stuff.
like, that's totally different
It's
to me.
thick.
Yeah, and like Southwest Missouri, where I went to school at Drury, that's like big hills, super hilly, the Ozark mountain range. And it's all just big hardwoods, which is fun to hunt. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like a totally different ball game.
Got to be harder to dissect that stuff. The hardwoods, like the Nicolet has just huge tracts of timber and there's logging and stuff like that happens, but it's not like there's ag or there's still swamps that live inside those forests. So you got to like navigate. There's bogs and stuff you actually have to be careful with. You could actually find yourself in a pretty precarious situation.
Yeah, in some cases. It's definitely a little different. It does. I think it gave a little more separation is kind of what I've noticed. Up here, like, sure, there's the bogs and stuff, but everything's pretty flat. And I mean, some of those pieces of public in that like Ozark mountain range, like if you wanted to get to the back of it, it was up and down and up and down and up and down and, like a fairly difficult walk. I mean, nothing crazy, but, it wasn't just flat the whole time.
Yeah.
And so I think that, kind of what I've noticed is when you walk to the back there, maybe there's like 1 or 2 other guys. And then I've noticed a lot here, like, I've been lucky, you're kind of saying making friends, our mutual friend, Joey, I've been lucky to meet him and kind of learn from him. And, he really seems to have a very good understanding of these areas. And we've walked to the back of some stuff. And like in my mind, I'm like, all right, I've walked, the other day we walked like 2.5 miles. And it was like, Missouri, that's some serious hills. I'm back in this. I'm in a pretty secluded area probably. And then, there's just like boot prints everywhere. I was like, dang.
It was a pretty populated area. Like we're right in between Milwaukee and Madison. And then you have Illinois and Chicago right to the south. Like it's a pretty densely populated area that like there's nowhere here where you're really going to get away from it. Now, if you start to go up north more, you'll get away from it. The other thing, you can go west and you're not going to get away from the pressure as much because then you're getting actually in between like the Twin Cities and Wisconsin. But like that hilly stuff that you're talking about, that is the western part of the state. You'll have huge, it's called bluff country. So you have huge bluffs and like straight drop dead cliffs and like, I don't want to say mountainous, but it's definitely not like right where we're at here.
Yeah.
And so maybe if you walked further out that way, it would be synonymous with what you're talking about. But yeah, here it's a whole navigating hunting pressure is its own beast. And so I had shared, and we talked about it like a second ago, I got someone on my trail cam.
Yeah.
And which is fine. That's normal stuff. But
Right.
I also kind of am like, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
At least he showed up on the trail cam, so I can like now know. And if I'm assuming there's probably like 4 more guys I'll probably see back there. Like, got to deal with that stuff.
Yeah, that's another thing we could not do in Missouri is have trail cameras. And maybe that kind of sways my view of how perception of how pressured it is, because it's like, now I walk any piece of public here, it's like, oh, there's a camera, here's a camera, which in Missouri maybe that gave me that false sense of less pressure. But I have kind of heard what you said earlier, that we're just kind of in a pressured area here with all the big cities. My friend group is huge turkey hunters. That's kind of our thing. And some of them went and hunted the western side this spring. And, I got my tags in and I'm sitting in parking lots and there's a handful of other guys in this parking lot with me. And they're like, dude, we've been here a week in Northwest Wisconsin and we have not seen one truck in a public parking lot. So maybe, like you were saying, it might just be that since we're so close to 2 major cities type thing.
Yeah. You do get that whole, like, you show up at a parking spot or a trailhead and you're like, there's like already 6 trucks here. Or you get out and you're like, now there's 6 trucks there. Like, I was covered up in hunters and didn't realize it. Because if you're the first one out there, like, a lot of good it does if you don't know.
Right.
It's almost like you don't want to be that guy that gets there late.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But sometimes, depending on the time you do get there, it's kind of like, if you see the people get the parking lot at the same time, you can kind of have a little bit of a dialogue.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm kind of going this way. Like, where are you going to be at? And not because you're going to go hunt his spot or something, or her spot. It's more like, let's just stay away from each other.
Right.
Do you have a preference? And you're not going to tell them exactly where you're going. They never really do that. You're just like, I'm going to go that direction, hunt this area.
Right. Yeah.
You're not like, I got a spot here. You're not showing them your pins of like where your tree stands are.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I know we're on whitetails, but just to relate that to turkey and like,
because that was you did spring turkey hunting here,
right?
So like you have some of that relatability happening with that,
and like totally me and that roommate I was talking about in college, like we got pretty dang good as working as a team at turkey hunting. And there were a couple days like it's like when guys hear that gobbling, it's nice to talk to them in the morning and kind of know if you're in a different area. Because we had a couple times where like one time really jumps out of my mind, and we shot a bird, and right after we shot, like this guy's like 30 yards over there. It's like, oh shoot, I'm glad he didn't like see me adjusting my hat or something and just do one of them shoot at movements deal. But so I did that public land up here for turkeys and did pretty well. And now, looking forward to whitetails and starting to gear myself up.
Guide a hunt at some point
here? No.
Yeah. Oh, back home or something?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you guiding hunts and you haven't even been here. Like, what?
Yeah, no, not here.
That's great. No, so what are your plans for the whitetail season? Are you hanging cameras now that you can? What does that feel like? Because if you couldn't do that before, that's got to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is nice. And, I like trail cameras just because sometimes they capture pictures that like I feel like I'd never see that situation. And so, I really love putting out trail cameras. And me and Joey have been putting some out and, kind of just trying to figure out how things work up here. Like how a deer navigates a swamp is just like a totally new thing to me. So I'm kind of figuring that out. We've been watching just, typical things. We found a few places where acorns are starting to drop. And of course there's deer hanging around that, trying to navigate other guys' trail cameras. We got a working theory that this one guy's checking my cameras. Cause
I forgot you.
We put up a camera and it's like in a pretty obscure place and a hard place to kind of find to get to. But I picked a tree that would not probably be the best tree for the camera just because I wanted it to kind of be out of that way where people couldn't see it. And left it for like a week and a half and came back and checked it. And like we know there's a lot of deer in that area. We bump them every time we go in there. It's right there. And I had like 10 pictures on my camera. And it was just of the same doe and fawn. And then I took my camera down because my card reader wasn't working and brought it back like 2 days later. And there was a camera just literally in the same exact spot mine was, but maybe not. It's just one of those
it's an odd
weird
coincidence. And I'm not one to, I'm like, if it's that coincidental, then it's probably not a coincidence. I tend to like agree with you on that. But I don't know. People are nuts. Like this is where like people get really weird. And unfortunately there's bad eggs that will ruin the bunch. And that always kind of sucks because then it gives public land a bad name. Like, you're like, I'm looking and adjust my hat the wrong way or something. Like,
Mhm.
and I think by and large, it's a safe play. Like, it's pretty safe. Most of the injuries, like, you can go to the DNR's website right now and type in Wisconsin DNR injury report.
Oh yeah.
Or I think it's called incident report, because they have to log all of them.
Oh.
So you can see every report. It's timestamped. You know who got hurt, what happened, was it lethal, not lethal, like were they okay? And like, come hunting season, like 9 times out of 10, it's someone like fell out of their like that.
Yeah.
That's usually the most dangerous part. It isn't common to see someone get shot. That being said, on the pressure side, most people have good etiquette.
Mhm.
What I don't know, and I'm curious to like determine, I don't think people would be interested in stealing a cell cam.
Oh yeah.
Or like they'd be a little bit more deterred because you get those photos like that instant,
Yeah.
and they have GPS in them,
Right.
and like
Yeah.
they're tied to your. There's all this stuff. I feel like if someone sees an antenna on it, I'm assuming less likely to want to like steal it.
Yeah, I would think so.
But I think was it you guys at work that were asking the question of like, do you check other people's trail cams?
Oh no, I saw that on Clay Newcomb
Okay.
from Meat Eater
It
post
was,
something about
so I'm
that.
great. I'm saying a freaking meat eater topic.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were just talking about it.
No.
Because I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I just don't even like if I see someone else's camera, I'm like, awkward wave, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm not trying to muck up whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And some guys are like, there's a spectrum, because some guys would steal it or
Right.
mess with it, or they'll leave it and then they'll just look at the pictures,
Yeah.
which I think is like the least. I'm least worried about that behavior than the other two things I just mentioned.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Stealing cameras, like I just put my cell cams out, and I was definitely like timid too, and I almost did the bike lock thing. And I was talking to my dad on the phone. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get a bike lock for this. Seems to be what they do on public land with cell cams. And then
Someone just said I always lock my trail cameras. Grant.
yeah.
Schneider.
So my dad kind of shot me down on that, because he's like, if I want your camera and it's through a plastic loop, he's like, I just twisted off the tree. I was like, yeah, good point. So I just hung them. We'll see what happens.
Some people bring like bolt cutters,
Yeah.
and they'll bring sticks to climb.
Yeah.
People are using this equipment, like putting your camera pot. You're going to deter some folks if they don't have the deal to, like, the steps to get it, or they don't have a lot. They still might tamper with it or something.
Yeah. I've been bringing my latitude steps, and I put them just a step up and then a top of my arm kind of deal.
And you're a pretty tall guy, so
yeah, just get them out of the way kind of deal. Maybe somebody won't be looking up or something. But.
Yeah, and people. The one of that dude that he didn't seem to see it. Now, if he did,
it didn't look like it.
It may have been a microsecond of a glance where he's like not going to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Maybe I was like, maybe he did see it. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah. I always
like mine was not in a spot. I'm like, I'm actually. This is kind of funny, because I was out there with Derek, and I'm like, man, I'm not that kind of guy or hunter that I'm claiming my spot. I don't expect that that's what's going to happen here. That's not the intention. That's not what I'm actually trying to achieve. That's not the goal.
Yeah.
But if someone sees it and they feel a little apprehensive about hunting the spot because they feel someone's already laid claim, I'll take it.
All right.
Like,
yeah. I don't know. Like, public land's public land, and that's what I love about it. Is like, you get stories about guys like claiming spots on there or whatever, but I do always do like a glance right at the trail camera, just so they know. I know. I don't know. Probably doesn't do anything.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah, I always look at it just to let them know, I guess.
Or if I see it ahead of time, I'll walk around it. Like, I won't show up on it.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, if you're trying to like navigate hunting pressure, it's kind of a dick move in and of itself. Like, they don't know that someone's even there. You're almost better off showing someone that I'm a hunter here, because now they're going, and like, there's like some mental like poker happening here, some like virtual poker of like, oh, if you see someone on your camera, now you're going, oh, now there's pressure. Now there's another hunter. And if they see your camera, they're going, oh, there's a hunter. You're both thinking the same damn thing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and like, that's like, me and Joey actually just hung a camera this last weekend, and it's like just in the middle of the swamp, and there's like a deer trail, but I mean, it is a just cattle trail of a deer trail, but we hung a camera there, and like, it's the only camera I haven't got a guy on yet, but also only got like 2 pictures of a deer, so take and give.
Yeah, the cattle trail thing, it's like maybe there's a bunch of does that are doing that.
Yeah, I
Like-
don't even know that, or kind of our working theory on it right now is that all these deer on that property are staged up in the acorns, and that's in the swamp. And I'm wondering if we know there's like 2 other guys that have been scouting it with us, and um, so we're thinking maybe just the pressure will drive them into the swamp once season opens. Maybe that's when they start working those
They're
trails.
really hard to hunt in the swamp because there's not a good they'll travel anything in there.
Right.
There's no real good way to pick a pattern in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find some bedding, but there's a lot of opportunity for that on those little slumps or whatever they're called, the bogs or
Right.
whatever. So once they're in there, it's like anybody's guess. And good luck getting back there without making a sound. It's not
I
possible.
know. We were talking about that because we like the spot that camera's in, but I'm like, gosh, I have no good approach to this, Joe. Like, there's no way I get in here without just everything in this forest.
I think at some point, if they do get pressured, that's a safe spot for them.
Yeah.
It's those edges. If you picking the right edge where they come
Right.
out, that's
that's kind of
your
where
best
my
bet.
head's at with it right now. Is just finding, what I think is going to be the most used entry and exit point. It's kind of where I'm at right now. I did a lot of time kind of checking around public for beans. I like hunting anything next to beans super early in the season, but you guys really don't have that many beans up here. It's a lot of corn.
It's selected. Yeah, it's selected. But the corn I hear is good for I don't want to say it's not late season technically, but pre-rut because they're feeding on it and it's bulking them up because it's got tons of protein.
Yeah, later in the season I'll be pretty focused on those edges.
Yeah. And who knows when they cut the crops either. That's a whole different thing because until they cut them, the deer they're in it.
Right. Yeah.
That's a safe haven and the food right there. There's no reason to really leave. They're safe. They got food. They could be shelled up in there, and you're not going to hunt in the field. And if you're hunting a field that you don't know if they're moving through the corn that great,
right?
But the beans brought up pretty early, I think. So you have a short window of beans, and then I think acorns. If you can find them, get on them if they're dropping. Yep. We talked last week about white oak and red oak and some of the differences there. I don't have anything figured out. I just kind of I think I classify myself as more of a rut hunter. And I know the guys that are actually good at deer hunting hate the rut because it's way too unpredictable.
Yeah.
Versus early season is more predictable. But if you don't have anything laid out, early season really doesn't do it for me. I hate mosquitoes. I don't know anything's going on. It's just
you guys got mosquitoes I've never seen in my life. Oh my goodness.
They got really bad all of a sudden. They weren't bad until a week ago.
Oh.
Have you been out scouting in it?
Bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful right
hate it. Every time I forget a long sleeve shirt too. Every time Joe's like, dude, aren't you gonna wear a long sleeve shirt? And we're ordering the car. And I'm like, damn. Oh no. Yeah,
That's awful.
I guess I'm not. But
that's awful.
Yeah. I don't know. Like you were saying, the super serious guys, it's just I've shot some good bucks, but I definitely wouldn't call myself I deer hunt a lot, but it's a pastime till turkey season. But
you'd like Paul Campbell on our network. Turkey season. He's all in on turkey. He doesn't care about he hunts whitetail, but it's a pastime for him. Yeah.
My college roommate though, he's that's what he does. He's it's just nothing but whitetails. He shoots turkeys a pastime till deer season, and it's amazing. Just them guys that really tune into whitetails and that's all they think about. They just pick up on things, and I just oh,
Derek's
nice.
like that. He can pick up on things. I'm how did you? Does that actually mean something, or are you just making that up right now? Because it's so minute. Who do you who? It was actually pretty fun to learn that you listened to this podcast before you started working at Gunpowder. That was a neat discovery. I was I can't believe that.
Yeah, that's my okayest hunter story. Is we were when I first got here as an intern, we're at dinner or lunch. My first lunch, they took me, or first day they took me to lunch, and I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting next to the guy I've talked to in my interview. So I've talked to him a little bit, and I'm like, dude, that's cool. I was like, that guy listens to the same damn podcast I do. I was like, he's got the hat on. And Ethan was like, no, that's the guy. That's the guy from the podcast. Because I never watch him. I just listen to him.
Yeah.
When I'm fletching arrows or something. And so it's cool. Yeah. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm the guy. I'm a guy. But are you pulling in, I don't know. Hunting public is probably one of the most favorite among most people.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it's because they put out content that's happening right now.
Yeah.
I can go to the YouTube channel and they might have posted something today or yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's really relevant to
the second.
They're hunting this season right now. What are the deer doing? What state are they in? And not to say that I'm after their spot. I don't care about that, but it's just kind of it's really relevant.
Yeah.
Versus most other brands, if it's Midwest Whitetails or Drury, or I mean, pick somebody or something.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's from last season.
Yeah, season before.
Because that's how it works.
Yeah, yeah.
Like these hunting public guys with there's probably others now that I'm not aware of yet that are doing it that way, but like they're the big ones.
Yeah, no, I watch a little bit of their stuff, but honestly, I don't know. I kind of like I don't watch a whole lot of public land hunting stuff, to be honest with you. I just kind of do it and learn from those around me. Like I'm sure I'll try and hunt with you sometime this year and learn from you. And I'm learning up here from Joey, and I've learned from my roommate in college, and kind of that way. I mean, I love all I watch is hunting, but not really like turkey hunting. I do. I watch a lot of like
that's different.
That, but deer hunting, like I love watching Bill Winke, which he's a big private land guy, but I just kind of like those. I think it's kind of fun when those like private land guys get those like big like story.
You watch
lines.
Seek One?
Yeah, I've watched him.
That's kind of cool because it's like he's very urban. We did that public land hunt.
Isn't that like Kansas or
somewhere
Nebraska
or something like that. Yeah,
that was a good buck too.
He's on the greens. So Whitetail Adrenaline is probably my top favorite.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you've heard of those guys because you're younger.
Yeah,
they're DVDs, which are like, who's watching DVDs? I'm telling you, it's worth buying the $20 DVD player from Walmart to throw some Whitetail Adrenaline in. It's like nothing else that's still out. Like nothing else is like it still. And when it came out, there's nothing else like it. It's a class of its own.
Yeah.
So Jared Scheffler is probably one of my favorite whitetail hunters. It's cool that I get to see him and stuff at trade shows, and he'll shoot the show with us. His mom bought that Fred Bear drawing from Derek.
Oh, really?
Like, so I think Jared has that drawing there.
Nice.
Because she bought it for him. And dude's he's not built like other people. So when you watch him hunt and his crew hunt, it's a whole different stuff. They're on the ground ambushing these things.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like Seek One did. But I'm like, this is really cool and all, but I've seen this from these guys for years. I've seen this hunt played out. So like it's still exciting to take away from, but cool. It's a whole different ballgame with those guys. And I was like, man, I remember watching them. And I got really, it's kind of like, did you ever watch Jeremy Wade, River Monsters from back in the day? Like, I remember at one point, me and my buddy were like, let's get the canoe and go catch some river monsters.
Yeah.
And we're like, here, there's, what are we going to catch, a carp? Like a pike, maybe a muskie,
sturgeon or something.
Smallmouth. We're not catching river monsters. But it was you get excited about something. And so with Whitetail Adrenaline, I was like, I'm going to hunt from the ground.
Oh, yeah.
I hate hunting on a tree stand back then because I didn't have all this modern, awesome stuff. Like Latitude setup has changed me as a hunter. I am quiet. I'm efficient. I have a system. I know what I'm doing. Pre-Latitude, it was hand-me-down from dad. It was metal stuff that clanked. It was heavy. It was clunky. I remember when I met Greg Tubbs, who was here for 2 seconds, he had to bail. He gave me like his Lone Wolf Alpha before it was Lone Wolf custom gear, before Novix. And it had like the sticks that were supposed to be a system. Yeah. Dude, I could never get those damn things to stack.
Yeah.
I'm putzing around at the bottom of my tree, tearing down. I'm like, I could have been home an hour ago, but I'm sitting here trying to fiddle fuck with this tree stand, making all the noise. I'm cussing.
Yeah.
Like now it's super quick. So for a hot minute, I was like really into hunting from the ground because I didn't have to deal with all that drama.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna sit right here. And the first deer I ever killed was from the ground.
Oh really?
With my first archery deer was 15 yards, and awesome. It was awesome. Yeah. I was like, dude, that was a rut. Like I can do this,
Yeah.
So then I just thought that that's the way I could do it. And then I eventually was like, Greg's like, you got to get in a tree.
Yeah.
Here, use this stand. Don't use that old thing. Like, what do you do? It was like aluminum, So it was light, but it was clunky and loud.
Yeah. Latitude, like that saddle system has like changed absolutely the way I hunt.
Yeah, didn't I introduce you to Latitude? Like maybe it wasn't literally me. I'm not trying to take all the credit,
it was. Like you see them online and magazines or whatever, but just like looking at it, I was like, gosh, there's no way that's comfortable. Like that just no way. And like you were saying, hand down stuff from your dad, like that's what I had was I think it's API made old climbers. Yeah.
Dude, I think that's what I had.
It was like some crazy aluminum name. Yeah, it's like
I still have it in my garage.
Super Magnum Monster Buck 6000 or something it's called.
My dad's gonna text me tomorrow. API, I know you. Yeah. He remembers all this stuff because he used it. I didn't know what it was. Like I wasn't keyed in at that age, so it didn't get like soldered in my brain.
Yeah, I told my parents to tune in, so they're probably like, my dad's probably like texting me right now. This is actually what it's called.
He might want to check.
Yeah, no, we so I had that, and like in a way, it like deterred me from hunting the thicker stuff because, like, having a climber on your back,
you feel like a turtle.
This much wider.
You feel like a darn
like
tortoise.
you're catching everything.
Every single stick.
And
You
like-
can't duck under
Yeah,
cover.
you try and like carry it in front of you. It doesn't work.
Dude, yeah.
Like all my Latitude stuff, I don't wear my saddle in. I put it on when I get to my
Okay.
tree. But like it just fits in like a little smaller than a school backpack, and I'm walking wherever I want.
Mhm.
You know, and so that's really changing for me. And also tree selection. Like, you know, public land, you can't trim branches or anything. So you had to find like the perfect tree, put a climber in, and now it's like, you know, if there's a branch in my way,
Well,
I
climber
just
is a whole different
go
ball game.
around it.
And some
Yeah.
people love climbers, and I think there's like some new products coming out that are like saddle/climber, where like it's a climbing platform.
Yeah, I've kind of seen that. Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. But I've never had a climber. They used to look huge,
Yeah.
and I was like, what if you have to climb back down with the whole it just seemed like such an odd concept to me. And I'm assuming that's how they feel about the hang-ons.
Yeah.
Like, why would you bother? You just go, like, I'm assuming we
Yeah.
have the same opinion about each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I hunted out a climber forever, and it was nice at the time, but now being
Because
in
you
a
had like
saddle,
the perfect tree.
yeah.
With the hang-ons, you're like, I'll just put the steps where I need to put the
Yeah,
steps.
yeah.
Like, and I'll hang it on where I can hang it on.
Yeah. Yeah. I switched the saddle and probably never look back. I like it a lot. It's been awesome.
It's good to have different tools in your arsenal. So, like, I'm not knocking tree stands. Derek's pretty good about it, and Greg too. They both have saddles and tree stands, and some trees might actually be better for a tree stand.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you want to just face the way you're facing and call it a day if you're tucked in good enough.
Yeah.
Like you might not be able to wrap on the opposite side of that tree if there's like a bunch of buckthorn growing up on the backside or something.
Yeah.
Like that actually could not serve you well. So no, I don't think they can get you in every single tree. I think you need to have the right tool for the job, and for the job being the hunt, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, if I had like a lot of private access, I would absolutely
You
just put up
set your
hang-ons
fixed
and
stuff.
call her a day.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
But this other part of saddles that I didn't really realize until I started hunting on one that I like is you can kind of like duck behind the tree. You know,
You can use a tree for cover.
Yeah, I like that part. I do that a lot.
And then you can lean in such a way where you don't have to bend at the hip.
Yeah.
Like, because you see, like, I think there's some iconic, like, silhouette pictures of people really hanging from these things.
Yeah, like way off to the side.
I'm like, I'm like pretty tight to the tree, but this is like some fun learning. Actually, it's good to talk about this stuff because you got to get dust off all the stuff from last year, and like you should probably go set your stuff up in the backyard or wherever you can, and it's like start to use it. But if you're too tight to the tree, that's a different problem because you don't have enough space to get away from the tree.
Yeah.
It's like a dog that's on the leash and you see them like jerking their neck back and they just can't.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when I was trying to draw back on a deer, and I was like, I screwed myself because now I have a bow in my hand and my release is attached to the bow.
Yeah.
And I can't I'm not going to go through all this movement of unhitching my release, loosening my tether, and then there's no way.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, like I always draw once I get set up. Like
to
when I'm in
see.
a tree,
That's smart.
absolutely. Before the sun
Should be
comes
doing
up,
that.
I'm at full draw, and I do like, I'm pretty sure there's something here, and I'm going to draw, and I'm going to swing through, and I'll draw and swing through, and I do that every time.
And you got your weak side and your strong side.
Yep. Yeah.
And the deer almost never do what you think they're going to do.
I've been kind of practicing you can lock your knees against a tree, and first year I used it, I stood. I got that X-wing with the two pegs.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'd lean against those, but now I've kind of been doing it
knee and tree.
like I did at Foam Fest. Yeah. Knees.
I do the knee in the tree. So I wear the knee pads.
Yeah.
I stick my knee. It's supposed to stabilize you more. It's comfortable. You feel like you're sitting down.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder what other people do. I wonder if they're like doing the whole stand thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't hunted around a bunch of other people's saddles.
That's why you watch all the videos.
I know. We got to get Joey into a saddle. He's trying to make one right now.
No, Joey, don't.
Yeah.
Don't make a saddle, dude. Like,
Joe.
it's going to like unravel itself, bro. What are you using yarn? Come on, man.
Yeah, you remember how people used to make like the duct tape wallets and shit back in the day? That's Joey's making a saddle right now.
Duct tape saddle. Yeah. It's not scalable. It's not a business model.
Yeah, I know. We got to get him a real one.
Dude, I'll give you one of the Latitude ones I have. You can try it out.
Yeah.
Like, take it easy.
Yeah, loaner for a season, talking
Killer.
Yeah.
You're going to die in the freaking tree. But I just say it's the most injuries occur from falling out of a tree. Like, let's not be that guy. Joey.
Yeah. People, I think that there's a lot of, like coming from the South here, I think there's a lot more manners in the South, but like people always like, oh, people up north are so nice. And Joey's like the prime example of that. Like,
He's Wisconsin nice.
If I just met
The
some
Midwest
guy that
nice.
my boss introduced me to, and he was like, "Hey, can you show me your fishing and hunting spots?" I'd be like,
No, what
"Hit the
hell?
road,
Yeah.
pal." Joe's just been like, "Yeah, let's do it." I just couldn't be more grateful.
Didn't you
It's
guys
been
fish
awesome.
you were going to fish a tournament, but it got canceled.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah. I know Joey was kind of like hitting some of the same areas I was hitting up. And I was like,
That's what I hear.
bro, I didn't know you were hunting back there.
Yeah.
Like, we could tag team this a little differently.
Yeah.
Like, we could provide each other with intel and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I have no problem sharing. And I think Derek's like that with me. He's like, dude, if you want to check this cam on your way in, you can check it.
Yeah.
You want to hunt a spot that I have, that's good. If I can't get down there that day or for the foreseeable future, like, he has so many spots picked out across this damn state.
Yeah.
That he's got like a plan A through Z.
Yeah. That's nice. I feel like I'm kind of that way. Like, I always scout a whole bunch of different stuff, and then I always get in like this mental funk of like, I really like this.
It's hard
I really
to
like
decide.
this.
You almost
Yeah.
have too
Now
many
I'm like,
choices.
oh shit, I don't know where to go, what to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I talk
gotta
a lot
work
about
on
like
that.
picking the wrong tree. Like, oh, I'm going to pick the wrong tree. Like, it should be this one, should be that one. Dude, that can ladder up to picking a property.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I picked the wrong property today. And if you have enough cell cams out, then you have that validation of like, ooh, there's
Right.
the deer showed up on that camera on that property, not the one I hunted. Go figure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which
I have terrible luck whitetail hunting. Like in high school, I hunted this one property, and it was private, but it was like I hunted like 30 days or something, like every day after school, and then one weekend, some buddies invited me to go duck hunting, and I almost didn't go because I was like, I got a good wind for my stand, and so when I was leaving the day before, I put a cell camera on my tree, and there was like just the biggest 8-pointer you've ever seen in your life. I just showed Joe a picture, like 140 class 8-pointer, just walked right by my tree while camera dings while I'm ducking, and I'm just like, damn it.
you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
You should like just not even bother then.
Yeah.
It's like the fish that gets off the line and splashes right away. It's like,
shit.
It's like it knows.
Yeah.
Of course it was there when you weren't there because you weren't there. So that's the way it would take.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
If you were
That's
there,
kind of the fun of the pursuit, though.
it is.
Yeah.
So plans this year, you're just going to try to hunt as much as you can. Are you taking PTO for the rut? Like the first, usually it's like the first, like Halloween to mid-November. It's like ignition is getting turned, dude, and it's time to turn the engine over. Like that's the time.
Maybe a couple days. Are you doing like a week or?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what I can get away with.
Yeah, I'm not
with
sure.
Like the family and stuff like that's a whole different situation. So like, I could take off, but then my wife's like, well, "Oh, you're off. You should be home." I'm like, "Man, I should be hunting." What are you talking about?
Yeah, so, I don't know. I'll probably take like maybe a day or two, but probably not a bunch. I burned up a bunch of time doing that Hawaii deal, and it's probably not. I mean, I'll hunt my weekends, probably full days. But
weekends are tough because everyone's hunting them.
Yeah. Right now, plans. I have one property that like a really piece of public that I'm really intrigued by.
Have you gotten cameras on it yet?
Yeah, that's one that I think that guy's checking my camera maybe. But the front half, excuse me, I really like a lot of acorns. Seems like a lot of deer in that area. I also have that camera back in the swamp. There's just not much.
But maybe not much now.
Right.
That's the other thing. You kind of got like telegraph to like what are the deer going to be doing.
Yeah, when they switch out of that summer.
You can't hunt them today. You can't even hunt them for like a few more weeks.
Yeah.
So like once you can, it's all going to change fast because once opening season, like bow opening or once bow hunting opens up, some of your diehards are going to get out there. They're going to suffer through whatever heat, piss, rain, mosquito trash is going on.
Yeah.
But they're going to put the hurt on the deer quickly. And I think they'll start to sense some semblance of pressure.
Yeah.
And then it gets like food crops are browning up, dude. Like then it's go get some different food sources. Right. That's where acorns are going to be a big deal.
Yeah. And I corn. Think just totally switch. Luckily, this place has quite a bit of corn around it. So I think it'll still be in the game kind of when I get there. But we'll see. I had a rut spot picked out that I really liked. Just a big ridge. It was like a weird little piece of public. There's like two big farm properties, and then the piece of public was literally just the ridge between the two. And I was like, man, that'll be money running that ridge back and forth, the ag ground and the rut. and kind of a weird deal because it's like mostly this ridge, but it's closed for wetlands rehabilitation.
Hmm.
So I was like, dang,
So you can't hunt it?
no, area's closed.
Closed for hunting or just
Yeah,
closed for
no,
like
I think like
recreation?
yeah, just closed for hunting. So it's but I liked it. It was, I think that ridge would have been pretty. I mean, that's like you were asking like the difference between Missouri and here, and like
You
that's a
understand
big thing in Missouri is like
you're
the
like,
running
oh, I
ridges.
understand this.
Yeah. Ridge is kind of my
You
familiar
should
area.
venture to the driftless. You might. I mean, it's not that far.
No, really.
It's like 2-3 hours.
Oh yeah.
That's not a long
Truck
commute.
camp it. Yeah.
Yeah, you get on the driftless. There's a ton of. A lot of it's meant for like fly fishing, so there's easements everywhere.
Yeah.
But there's like a lot of it's like ridges, and
really?
it's short little tracks of just ridge. So when we were turkey hunting it, I was like, dude, this is impossible for turkey.
Yeah.
Now, if it was deer hunting, I could pick this apart a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But turkey, I don't know what their birds are doing. They're roosting here and flying down somewhere in some bottomland that I don't have. Like it's a whole different ball game. But
Yeah.
I think whitetail could be really fun out there.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to learn, more, get that kind of whitetail brain. I mean, I spent a lot of time.
Oh, you'll see a comment. I'm saying, do you know Cody Leisman? Is that the dude that got you the job?
That's his son. Yeah.
Oh,
did he?
I was like the last name sounded familiar for a second. I know
yeah, there he is.
Do you know any of these people? Best hunting podcast on the planet? That's got to be one of your buddies.
No, it's not. But Cody's. I grew up like across a hill. That kid right there, 198.
Oh,
just a freak. He sent me a picture of it.
What, on camera or he got one?
No, he shot it.
When? Last season?
I don't know. I'll have to comment in, but I think it was like maybe four seasons ago.
Jeez.
But just
so he's just done hunting now. It's like I'm retired.
He sent me a picture, and it's like I thought he was joking with me. Like I thought it was like some high fence Texas.
Like when you
deer.
sent me that trail cam video, you piece of crap. I was like just blindly believing you. Of course, I'm like, oh, that's a big deer, dude. Good luck.
I got
like,
Ryan.
No, that's from last year. Someone killed that deer, dude. Why would you do that to me? That's like I did that to my dad when I was a kid. And I would like sink the bobber, and he'd be like, "You got one?" I was like, "No."
Yeah, no, I got Ryan with that too.
Did you?
Yeah.
What the hell, man? It's just disappointing for everybody.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, for background on that, a buddy of mine runs a guide service in Iowa. If you ever want to spend your Iowa points, go shoot a big deer, Cody Kilholland will put you on one. But he had these trail camera videos of a 200 class buck, and you couldn't really tell what was going on in the background. So he sent me a video of it, and he was like, look at this buck we're watching. And I sent it to Eric, and I was like, hey, I've found this, got this video of this deer. Like, is this a good one for up here? And Eric was like, holy shit. Ryan was the same way. Ryan was like, no way. And then he texted a little bit and he was like, are you serious? And I was like, no.
At least Ryan knew better to ask if you're serious. I was like, wow, man. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to, what do you want me to do with this information? Like, that's a huge deer.
Yeah.
He said it was 5 seasons.
Yeah, there it is. But that's probably,
I guess I know
COVID.
One that's
guy,
2020.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's when everyone had time to go do shit.
Yeah. I know one guy that's killed a 200, and then behind that, Cody's like the only other guy, like personally, I know it's a freak. It's a giant. It's and it's pretty typical. Which is really cool. No, like
typical
like
buck. Yeah, not a non-typical.
Really pretty buck, but yeah, I'll kind of, he like just one of them funny things, and he shot a 6.5 300 Weatherby, which is just like a super flat, made to really stretch your legs out and shoot. And once again, he'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but he shot it like 10 yards. Like it walked right in front of his ground line.
The bullet even?
No, he said it just pencil holed through it. Thought he missed it, but it was pretty awesome. But just one of them things, like that's sick. Mm-hmm. That's kind of I love turkey hunting, but at the same time, I feel like shooting a buck. Just like any good buck would be so rewarding.
The time of the year does it for me too. It's not. It's the deer. 100%. It's the deer, but it's also then I get 110% for crisp fall air, 125% for like. There's just so many other factors that make it so amazing. Yeah. And like, dude, their necks get so big for the rut. Yeah. Like the color of their fur. Yeah. Dude, like if deer hunting could give you a boner, like this is it. Yeah. You're like, this is it.
Watching a buck chase, it's like, oh shit.
Like there's so much good stuff about it.
Yeah, I love it. Watching them chase is so sick. And I like that.
And
Like,
when
when
they're
you shoot a
fighting-
buck and like he's got that rut smell to him.
Oh,
it's
they're
like,
so they stink.
yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, like
That's
there's
pretty
been
cool.
times I'm like scouting in season, scouting to a spot, like scouting my way in.
Yeah.
You know, because you want to hunt hot sign if you can find it.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you just hunt a dead zone. Like there's no point
Yeah.
in going to your spot if it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
And you'll smell deer. You'll be like, "Phew, they're here.
Yeah.
I can smell them.
Yeah.
Like they're here. You know, and that's like the ultimate
Yeah.
scouting sign is like smelling the damn things.
Yeah. Have you got to something like a goal of mine to see from a tree stand? I've got it on trail camera videos, but never like seen in person. But a buck working a scrape. Like I've watched bucks breed does and stuff,
Mhm.
but I've never got to watch like a buck really work a scrape.
I don't think I've actually. My buddy did.
That'd be so cool to
Where
watch.
we gun hunt, he shot one working a scrape.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah,
It was
I'd
a cool
love to
buck too. It
watch
was a
it.
drop tine. It was like pretty
Oh,
dope.
nice.
Which is funny because I found that drop tine on the same property. So like apparently that
Oh,
property is
really?
good for drop tines. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's all about genetics or something, but
That's another cool thing is like the deer genetics. I love like
yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of cool. Like you can see on properties. Like my dad shot just like this huge 150-inch just freak buck that had 3 main beams.
Wow.
Super cool. Yeah, and the side with 3 main beams has like a fork and a brow tine, and that's it. And then 2 extra main beams.
Weird.
And the next year he was hunting it and found like a German Shepherd eating a dead deer, and he walked up to it, and it's a buck with the same points on the left side, same fork with the 2 little, but
So
it's like a
clearly
little
from the same
basket rack. Yes,
Yeah.
which that's pretty. You know, that's something with deer that I think
Dad
is
made a
cool.
baby
So
before he shot him.
yeah, yeah. So it's kind of cool. I think that aspect's really cool.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
able to just, especially guys like that can probably watch that like on a
If
private
you have a
area or
private,
something.
if you're managing property, that's something we don't get into in this podcast as much, mainly just because we don't like to. Not that I know a lot. That's not the point. But I tend to talk about things that I'm comfortable talking about because I have some. We're talking about public gun hunting because that's what I do. I don't have anyone here that
I'm gonna learn
owns
about
property.
Like I'd like to learn about the private land thing. I'm waiting for the OKS Hunter Farm, and I'll go there and start learning about it.
Yeah, yeah. We're no meat eater where they buy the back 40 and do a whole thing about it.
Yeah,
but
let me know when you buy the OKS Farm, and I'll start learning the
see how that goes.
Private land side of things.
There's a whole different ball game. Like and in that case, I know guys that own private that still hunt a lot of public because they don't want to burn up their private property.
Yeah,
but there's so many other factors about like what to plant in your crops if you have crops, how to shape your crops, what are they gonna like, what are your access points, like what's growing at the time of the year that matters. We're talking about corn versus beans versus like maybe you're only hunting that late season based on when the bucks are going to be. There's so many factors. There's soft edges, hard edges. Like what are the neighbors doing? Like what else is around the property? It's people are like, oh, you must be nice, you have private. Like sure, maybe, but also a whole different level of work. And then you got the whole money thing.
Oh yeah,
like which if you got enough money, you could probably buy your way into killing big deer. To a degree, of course you could. You could go hunt a game farm. Like you could go book a hunt and hunt some high fence. I'm not interested in that. I'm not knocking it.
Right.
Totally. But knock it a little bit. Like
it's fascinating to learn. Like that's kind of like what I'm talking about. Like I like watching Bill Winke. It's like just the thought they put into it. Like that guy, like he separates his food plots with tall corn, so the buck has to move through the corn into his shooting lane to check if there's a hot doe. Like he can't just stand on the edge of a giant open field and be like, no does. He's got to get in it and look. And I would have never thought of that.
That's cool. That's like right. You're playing a whole different game. Do you know this dude?
Yeah, I do.
You look like Wyatt with that mustache.
Yeah, that's my uncle.
That's awesome. Is he a good hunter?
He does not.
Okay.
I'm like the only one.
He's
Me and
watching
my
a
dad
hunting
are like
podcast
the
now.
only ones in my family that hunt.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
It's not a big deal in your extended family?
No. I got an uncle that's a huge fisherman in Florida, but besides that, not a whole lot of hunting.
So your dad is the why you have a problem.
Yeah. Shoot, I would have bought a house by now if my dad didn't give me into hunting. That's where all my money goes.
I gotta buy a truck. I gotta buy a boat. I gotta buy a bow. So what are you shooting for a bow? Like we're big fans of bear here. Obviously, you shot my bow, and then I realized I needed to turn up the poundage on it because I had spun it down for my injury that I had last year.
Oh yeah,
I messed up my rotator cuff pretty bad. I was actually really scared. I thought I was gonna have to get surgery, and I was like, I thought it was like lights out for my shoulder.
Yeah.
Physical therapy saved my life.
Yeah, that's a big deal. A buddy of mine at home that's a big bow hunter. He wrecked like a mountain bike and broke his collarbone, and now He
Ouch.
can't draw the full 70
Yeah.
anymore because of that injury. But no, right now for up here for banging around public land and like something a little compact for getting in and out of trees, I have a Matthews Vertex at home, which is 29.5 axle to axle. So I'll carry that around for in there, and then the bow I took to do that public land deal in Hawaii and like my out west bow is a Hoyt RX9, the Alpha, the longer one, just because I'm a taller guy,
Mhm.
30-inch draw length. So I kind of like that longer bow for when I'm really stretching legs. But yeah, up here for like, hunting the swamps and stuff, I'll run my Matthews and I like it.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think
Well, I shot that Hoyt at Foam Fest. You
Yeah.
came there and
I'll have to bring by the Matthews. You can
that thing
shoot
was
that too.
screaming, dude.
Yeah, I like it a lot so far. It's pretty sweet.
It felt like a pretty tight setup. I'm
Yeah.
glad that I was able to putz around with my stuff. I got the Bear Persist. I enjoy it. It's a heavier bow. It's not a light bow.
Yeah.
And then I have the dialed set on there, which I think adds quite a bit more weight
Yeah.
because it's like their Gen 1.
Oh, yeah.
I think they have some newer stuff now that's probably a little bit
Yeah.
lighter. But
Some guys kind of like them heavier bows. They say like they can hold steadier with them.
well, our last season, we filmed last season, that's about to air, like, I don't know, in the coming weeks here. And I think Jace, who's putting it together, said I was drawn back for like 2 minutes and 30 some odd seconds or something
Ooh.
on that deer.
Yeah.
And it didn't like it. Sure, it wasn't like I'm not touting. It's not like I'm so badass but it was fine.
Oh, really?
Like it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
It was a big deal, kind of, but it like in the moment, it didn't. It's confusing. Time changes when you're at full draw.
Oh, yeah.
It's a wild sensation.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know
seriously.
if you watch like Bomar. I watch some of his like bow tuning videos and stuff, but they had like almost like a challenge going on for a while, like a full draw challenge or something. That's what we'll have to do when we get
See how
done.
long
My
you can
bow's
hold
in
your
the
bow
car.
back?
Yeah, we'll see who. I don't think I'll be very good at it, honestly. I don't.
It was stupid too because I don't know if this is the right thing to do or not, but in my
Yeah.
mind it was. I was at full draw on my weak side,
Yeah.
and then he crossed over
Oh.
and he looked away right as a dog was barking. So I kept it at full draw and went over
around the
my
tree.
bridge,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
over my tether or whatever. Which
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, this thing's gonna lob a. If I let go, this arrow's gonna go somewhere.
Yeah.
So maybe I should have let off, but that's a lot of motion in my mind. I was like, I'd rather do one motion,
Yeah.
just get around this thing.
I mean, I think if I was in this situation, I would have done the same thing.
I don't know. I don't think I was going to draw back again. So I held it and did that whole putzing around the tree or around the bridge. And it was like, it was almost 2.5 minutes or more. And
yeah, that is,
so the let off of that bow was really like comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's kind of like what they call the let off, right? You're like when you get to that point,
Yeah.
you got that
when
back
you hit
wall.
your back wall. Yeah.
It was
And you're
pretty
just
cushy.
not holding your full weight. A lot of them now are like, I think like 70, 75 is super common.
It's just getting through that initial you draw. And then at that back wall spot, it wasn't great, but also
better than holding the whole
I
thing.
can't believe it was 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And like, that's like, if you told me to do that in here right now, I probably would be like, fuck off.
Yeah. I'm sure adrenaline puts in a big fact of it too.
Yeah. But it also wasn't as heavy as what I just
yeah.
turned up to now. So maybe that would make a difference. I'm not sure. I don't think so with the back wall. I guess I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know what I don't know.
Every bit that you turn up your pocket or crank your limbs into your pocket, that adds weight to your total equation of what your let off remains, or you remain holding with let off.
Okay.
So every pound you add will add some fraction of a pound to your total hold weight.
So given your shooting background, like did you treat archery in a similar, like, I don't know how you think about it, but I'm wondering,
no.
Are you very methodical or is it a feel thing? Because like if you won worlds, you're good.
Yeah.
So what makes you good? Like what is it that gets you to understand the mechanics of how these things work?
I think that like my shooting and shotguns and then bows, like I have to totally like make a wall in my mind. And honestly, like dedicating that much time in my life to shotgun shooting actually probably made me a worse rifle and bow shooter. Just because shotgun shooting's a lot more. Yeah, it's like
it's not point and shoot.
Right. It's a very much, like you're moving the whole time. All of a sudden, you're making a move to something you see, tracking through it. But I wouldn't say that I do like rifles. You're like pound, 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 and then it fires. It's like shotguns, when I'm swinging through, I'm pulling the trigger on the way through. And so sometimes I kind of have to make that bridge of like, I'm not just breaking off a shot anymore. I'm slowly pulling. And like with bows, same way. Rifles and bows, it's about being steady. And shotguns, it's about being fluent, moving through things, keeping motion going, which it just, I guess if you're shooting at a running buck with your bow, it would be, but.
Don't recommend.
Yeah. So, yeah, I kind of have to like make that line in my mind where it's like, okay, I don't have my shotgun in my hand. I need to squeeze this off. I need to have a good steady follow through that's holding where I was, not moving through it. Things like that. But
it's all those exact reasons why I'm not good at shooting a shotgun.
Yeah. Well,
I only ever learned rifles. And like, I just never.
Yeah.
And so that was my fundamental. So then I'm like, I get a shotgun and I'm trying to treat it like a rifle.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Yeah. And I think, obviously you dedicate a lot of time to something. That's what you're going to be good at. Yeah. Like, my dad shoots a ton of rifles and pistols and could absolutely outshoot me in rifles and pistols, but like it just doesn't quite translate to shotguns for him. And
that's funny.
I've spent too much time in shotguns to keep up with them in rifles and stuff.
Well, we'll go shoot the bow here.
Yeah.
We can either shoot 10 yards inside or 20 to 40 outside. Yeah. I don't know how bad the bugs are out there. We're losing daylight, so it might be 10 yards. We'll see. Quacks and Quivers or Quacks and Racks Outdoors. What? Dude, there's too many brands that I'm familiar with. Sounds like I need a new bow. Wish I had that one a lot of. Yeah, it's a good bow. And bears are affordable. Like you can get them fully outfitted, and
that's what it sounded like when you were talking about in the office.
Yeah, it's a price point thing. Yeah. Remember the acorn? Is that your relative with the same last name as you? I imagine. Remember the acorn? Daniel Cozza.
Oh yeah.
Am I saying it right?
Yeah, that's my dad.
Okay.
Wow, he figured out how to comment on this.
He's on Facebook.
Oh yeah. Okay.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, crushing an acorn's like a timing thing for shooting shotguns kind of. Oh no, I know what he's talking about. One time we were shooting bows in the yard, getting ready for deer season, and it's like after a while you got to come up with some kind of challenge, shooting bows. It's like let's come up with something.
Boring, yeah.
Yeah, he put like one of those little red acorns on a target, and he was like, "I bet I can hit it." I was like, "I bet I'll hit it first," and just first shot, he hit it. And I was like, "Damn!" Yeah.
That's fun.
That's when that was like when I first got into shooting bows. Now I kind of work on my own bows and stuff a little bit. But
do you have a bow press?
No, a buddy of mine does. Okay. I work on his, but that's what I learned like about the flex of arrows.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like the spine.
Yeah, as a kid. No, like how much they flex when you shoot.
Oh yeah.
Like I didn't realize that as a kid, and I was like, right after he did that, I put like a PVC pipe down there. I was like, all right, shoot through the middle of that pipe, which he did, but the arrow flexing snapped it as it was going through. So that's
crazy.
Yeah, and then we watched like a slow-mo video of someone shooting their bow, and that arrow was like
Joey. Have you been watching this whole time, Joey? He said Colton will take down 180 this year.
Yeah,
on Wisconsin Public, first time hunting Wisconsin Public.
Yeah.
All right, Joey.
I'm gonna have to,
Joey, what are you gonna take down? Because like he's gonna take your deer. Do you have one on camera?
Yeah, that's kind of my plan. You were asking like what my plan is. It's just walk 40 yards behind Joey without him knowing and set up on the
there you go
other side of wherever he is. Yeah, he's got a good understanding of it. I've been learning a lot from just like what he picks up on around here. It definitely is like just a whole different ball game up here, but it's cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm very excited.
I'm excited for you, and I hope that we can get out and do some hunting together. Yeah, whatever that looks like. There's
I want to try that canoeing thing you guys do.
I mean, it's just canoeing. That's it. Just put your bow in there, and it changes the whole game.
Be cool though.
Yeah, it's fun. I just think water separates me from a lot more people.
Yeah,
a lot of people are doing it, so it's not that.
Yeah. I know. I saw at Foam Fest there was a guy with like, was that like a carbon fiber canoe he had?
Someone bring a canoe?
Yeah.
Oh, on top of their car or something?
It might be watching if you had a blue Toyota Tacoma with a
I don't know who that was.
Canoe on top. I'd like to know what it was made of. It looked sick.
Well, they do. You can get carbon fiber. Is it carbon or Kevlar?
Maybe it's Kevlar.
It's Kevlar.
It was almost like
super
see-through.
lightweight, dude. Like they weigh nothing.
Yeah.
And so when it's not like super duper heavy. It's a solo canoe by Old Town. J.O. owns Old Town.
Yeah.
It's great because it's all the benefits of a kayak being like small and lightweight and maneuverable, but it's a canoe that you can still put a lot of stuff in.
I was kind of wondering about that because I saw your story, a couple days ago when you were hanging cameras, and I saw your buddy was in the kayak.
Yeah,
in
that's
front
just
of
his
you.
bumming around.
Yeah,
kayak.
I wasn't sure.
Like
if,
he's like, I'm not putting a deer in this thing.
Yeah, I didn't know if they're
Yeah.
like, you just weren't going to let him in your canoe or something. I didn't know it was like a one person.
That was it. So mine's just a one person.
Yeah,
It's
I
called
thought
a
you just
solo
were
canoe.
like, you're on your own, buddy.
I have a legit like 2-person canoe.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I don't know. Like we probably need to be nimble. We're going down like a ditch.
Yeah, it looked like tiny.
It was a small little like irrigation ditch, and I was just thinking we can get to where we're going a lot easier through this waterway.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that's going to be for in season because like obviously we've had a ton of rain.
Yeah.
So it might dry up. I mean, like it's going to recede. I just don't know if it's going to be.
How deep is something like that?
Well, there were certain points that like it was definitely over 10 feet deep. Like it started to turn more into like an actual stream going through the landscape. So there's like a couple turns. I was like, dude, I was thinking like maybe in come hunting season, if it recedes enough, I just wade my way through this thing.
Yeah.
To my spot. But then I was like, no way. This is deep.
That kind of takes away my plan then. Because that was my plan is like I have no intention of buying a canoe or kayak right now. I'm living in a tiny apartment, just not in the
I got
cards.
an extra one here if you want to take one out sometime. It's
I was thinking about doing the wading thing.
I have done that. I have waded into a spot
down
like a pretty shallow creek, like where it's like a rockier bottom.
Gotcha.
And my thought was like, well, this will help with my scent and my sound.
Yeah.
And the first oxbow I came up to, a doe got up. I was like, dude, I could have shot her. And I was like, it was early season, so I would have shot a doe. Like I would have preferred a doe. And so and it was like the first one. So I was not moving as quietly and as like ninja-like as I should have been. So after that happened, I was like,
shit.
Okay. I gotta slow down.
Yeah, time to focus.
Because there's a few more of these oxbows along the way in.
Yeah.
And there very well could be a buck bedded in one that I'm gonna just shoot right then,
Yeah, I'm terrible about that. Like just not having action for a while, and then it's like you kind of like let your guard down or whatever. And that's cost me just all kinds of stuff.
All the time. No, I've gotten better at that kind of stuff. But no, I could be happy to show you that spot on a map too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did that actually. I have that on. That hunt is on our YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
I tried to that was my first ever self-film hunt,
cool.
And I shot a doe, and I sadly didn't recover. I don't know what the hell happened. To this day, it still bothers me.
I mean, I really don't know much about filming, but if you need a guy to film you sometime,
sure. Here's a camera.
We'll
take the GoPro off the ceiling.
Yeah, it might just be like a selfie thing the whole time. Be like, I think I got you in there, Eric.
That's great.
Video me the whole time.
Well, dude, thanks for coming onto the podcast. You're welcome back anytime.
Yeah,
so
I enjoy it. Yeah.
Assuming the fans don't hate you, I think you got your own fan base tuning in here tonight.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, good to see everybody. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's good. I love I talk about any kind of outdoor. Like you said, anything in the outdoors.
Well, we have the Up Duck podcast. If you want to talk pheasant or duck hunting, dog training, we have Bowyer self bows. Matt Morris doing the bow making. We got trapping on the network. We got the Southern U. They do a lot of like the land management, habitat management. They have a couple wildlife folks on their podcast.
It's amazing, like the network you've built.
It's cool,
incredible.
So there's like I said, there's something for everybody. But if you wanted to guest on another show on our network,
I love watching your turkey hunting one. Insane.
So that'd be one, and you might be able to get onto that one too. It's a little bit different style, so like it's not going to be tactic driven.
He is like my hero. Turkey hunting around that.
Like who? Who's one? Did you have a favorite episode?
Mike Chamberlain.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've heard Paul say that name.
Interview him for school.
Really?
He's like the Superman of turkey hunting.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, I like it. I love that one. I'm glad you showed it to me. Like I just wasn't aware of it.
I don't think I've done a good enough job making people aware of it. Like I talked to somebody the other day and they're like, oh, I'm a little confused. Like, so there are more shows? I was like, oh yeah, there's a whole, what do you mean? Of course there's more. And I'm like, man, I'm not doing a good enough job, like explaining that there are other shows.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't, I mean, if you're a big turkey guy that's watching the whitetail OKS hunter thing, they got what? Now I'm kind of blanking. Isn't it just called turkey season?
Yeah. Is it turkey season? Yeah. Turkeyseason.com, Turkey Season Podcast. Another one of your buddies, Colton is the man. He said it twice.
Yeah. It's because it's 2 times as true then, huh?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But no, thanks for having me. This is fun.
Yeah.
It's always good to talk hunting with somebody. And
I'm excited for the season. Hopefully we get to hunt together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And nonetheless, we'll be very aware of each other's success or failures.
Oh, yeah.
So
absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning from you up here. You stay pretty humble, but knowing shit about public land is just that's just a big thing.
Yeah.
And I don't care where it is.
There's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
You never
Tricking
know.
an animal on public land is something not everybody
excited
does.
when the fans fell on the ground.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. This will be in podcast land tonight. If you're not already subscribed, which reminds me, by the way, I did not realize. I did realize this. It's just I didn't know how to fix it. We have had 2 of this show on Apple Podcasts for years. It's something that I didn't know how to technically fix. You have to like kind of know people at Apple, and turns out I have a buddy who knows people at Apple, so he helped me fix it.
Oh, nice.
And in doing so, we had to archive one of the 2 feeds. Now, one of the feeds is associated with our podcast network.
Gotcha.
And one is not. The one that wasn't associated with our network had like 200 reviews.
Oh yeah.
That's one that had to get deleted.
Yeah.
So we effectively lost all of our reviews, and anyone that was subscribed to that show that was listening on Apple Podcasts, that now just doesn't exist for them. Like they're not getting any updates.
Yeah.
So if you were listening on Apple and that's your device, your podcast platform of choice, and you're wondering where the hell this went, and you're not hearing this message, if you're one of those people, you just go, if you go search OKS Hunter Podcast on the Apple Podcast platform, the one that's left is the one. And gosh, if you are there, like, please help us get some reviews back into there so it doesn't look like it's not being tended to, because it certainly is. But through that particular channel, you can click OKS Podcast Network right by our antler logo, and it'll show you all the other shows. You can also do the same thing on Spotify. So on Spotify, you can click OKS Podcast Network and see all the other shows. And you can go to OKSHunter.com and click on OKS Podcast Network and see all the other shows. So I'm done talking about all of the other shows, but that's how you can get to them.
Yeah, maybe you guys will get to see a video of Eric whooping me in the long draw contest here in a second.
Yeah, the trick will be the long draw and still hit the target.
Yeah, okay.
The long draw. That's a fun contest.
I would talk guns.
Oh yeah, let's. So you can get
I know
an
more
shooter.
about that than
well, that would be a good one
for sure.
Jared, who hosts that, Jared, you might have to comment here to keep me like, I'm not going to lie, I just don't know what I don't know. But he does a lot of I'm just trying to wrap it up. But he has done a lot of youth trap shooting and sporting clay stuff. Like he hosts a lot of that stuff. So. The Ghazi's in here. He calls advice on how to grow a mustache. Well, Ghazi, you got to not be Ghazi.
Yeah, we're talking fishing here, pal. Go home.
Get out of here. Go talk to the OKS Fisher podcast, guys.
Don't you have some affiliate stuff to work on?
Oh my goodness. No, you could talk to the OKS Fisher guys, Alex. Like that would be a fun one. That'd be another one for you too, by the way. Like Greg, who's just here, does that one with Matt Strime. Matt's a big musky guy. Yeah. Greg does the big lake trout and all that other stuff. All the way from
Joe was talking about Greg does a lot of fishing.
Yeah. So that's so again, there's a podcast for man,
everybody.
Like, honestly,
everybody.
We'll wrap it up because I got to produce this show, the OKS Trapper, and the Bowyer podcast.
Yeah. Well, good luck
this evening. So it's
thank
usually
you
a late night.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, this is good stuff. Let's go shoot our bows. And
I don't get to talk to you enough on the other side of the office.
Yeah, no, I'm always like, okay, I'm going to go back to work now.
See you at the cookout. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. All right.